What is happening, everybody? It is the American Express week rolling on, and I'm back with another one of my top 5 video series. Got 4 each week, giving you top 5 fades, top 5 values, top 5 sleepers this video, and of course my top 5 bets video. Quick 5-minute videos to give you a couple of sweats for the week, and certainly if you've been following these videos, you've had sweats on both sides, not just on the good side, but on the bad side as well, as back-to-back weeks. In my 5 fades, the winner has come out of them. Hey man, listen, I'm transparent. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. You can go and watch the video. It's not like I'm going to try and hide behind it. So maybe we'll just decide to bet all of my fades this week, and maybe we'll continue that trend here this week. But I'm going to look to also buck the trend here on the sleepers. Now, this sleeper video, top 5 sleepers, obviously I'm looking for low-owned against the grain type plays. Again, coupled with my against the grain article found on Awesemo.com, live and free each week. And so that's going to lead me to a few golfers that are probably not playing well, because if a golfer is playing well, it's likely he's relatively highly owned, right? 2 and 2 go together. So sometimes these plays may not work out. Like last week, I think 4 of my plays of the 5 missed the cut. The one play that I did tell you to do ended up being a little bit higher owned, Morikawa, but still a good finish for him last week. So let's go ahead and jump right in. We're going to start off with Matthew Wolff here this week. Looks like a lot of people are going to $200 cheaper in Scotty Scheffler. His odds to win the tournament are lower than Matthew Wolff's right now. So looks like Wolff's ownership plus his recent form not very good. Course history, he wasn't playing that good last year during this time, so I'm not really looking at the 61st there that he had last year. The recent form, missed cut and 50th in his last 2 starts, so maybe that again is contributing to that 8% projected ownership. But these are the plays that I like. Colin Morikawa less than 10%, Matthew Wolff less than 10% on a field where it's not like we have all of the good players. We have just a few good players, so certainly like the leverage there. His strokes gained off the tee, you can probably see why he's struggling a little bit this year. His off the tee numbers, 172nd. That's terrible for him. 9th on the approach, though. 216 around the green. That'll change here this week. And then 57th strokes gained putting. So Matthew Wolff definitely will be looking to improve his off the tee game. Very easy here to do that. Less than 10% owned. Like him a lot this week. My second sleeper here that I'm going to talk about, Si-Woo Kim. He's a Pete Dye specialist, winning obviously at TPC Sawgrass, and Pete Dye obviously had a hand in doing this course here, at least the stadium course at PGA West. So Si-Woo Kim coming in 6% owned. His course history not great. Had to withdraw last year. Didn't like the Pro-Am much. 40th before that. But his last 2 starts, 25th and 34th, so showing a little bit of consistency, and you can see why. Strokes gain numbers look good off the tee, 31st. His approach is lacking a little bit, 162nd, 18th around the green, and 123rd putting. So I think that goes to show that his game, none of his game is really out of form. None of it may be super in form, but we want to try and get in front of these guys. And last week, again, a decent week, coming in 25th. Having a pretty good week with his putter and a good week around the greens. Just needs his ball striking to show up a little bit here this week, and certainly on a Pete Dye course that is pretty easy, a good spot to try and bet to do that. So Si-Woo Kim, 6% owned this week. I like him a lot as one of my sleepers. Okay, now we're going to get into the maybe a little questionable sleeper range, as these 3 golfers have combined for 6 missed cuts in their last 6 appearances. So we're really going against the grain here, but we've got a guy like Gary Woodland, $7,700, former major winner. We know that he's been playing hurt, but he hasn't played in about a month. Maybe that rest and recovery gave his hip a chance to heal. Obviously, in a field like this, at this price and ownership, a year and a half ago, we would have loved all of Gary Woodland. So we want to try and get a little bit in front of the crowd, if there is going to be in front of the crowd, if that form is going to return for Woodland. We want to try and be in front of it. Not a bad place to do it because he's only 3% owned. You can get 10%, not give away too many of your lineups if he is not back in form yet, but still get leverage on the field. So Gary Woodland, 3% owned this week by Awesemo's projecting. Like him a lot. Next one I'm going to talk about is a kind of a course history guy. It's Adam Hadwin. 8,000 price on DraftKings, 300 more than Gary Woodland. Crazy. 3% owned. But here's a guy that he didn't play here last year, but came in second the year before, has another second here and 2 other top 10s. So the recent form, 2 missed cuts, but a new season comes. He's been in Canada for probably the last month, comes to some good weather out here in Palm Springs. So Adam Hadwin, like him bouncing back. Why hasn't he played well recently? Well, the off the tee numbers look good, but the approach, that has been piss poor. 208th ranking this year, 22nd around the green, and 129 putting. Those will be fine this week if we get the approaches to tick up. Last guy is a golfer that became chalky towards the end of the year last year. Somebody we know is one of the best, if not the best putters on tour. Definitely in the top 5, and it's Denny McCarthy. His price all the way down to 6,900. 1% projected owned for Denny McCarthy this week. Course history, 48th here last year, a missed cut before that, so nothing great. Again, mentioned 2 missed cuts for McCarthy in his last 2 starts, coming off of that good form. But as you can tell, for a golfer that putts so well, for him to be ranked in the top 120 off the tee, means he's probably having a pretty good year. 152nd on the approaches, though. That's where he struggles, but makes up for it on and around the green, 54th and 43rd this year. That's why his results haven't been as good, because when you got a player like McCarthy that really relies on his putting to do well, when that goes south, you can see what happens. So that is my top 5 sleepers for this week. Let's try and get a winner out of this one rather than out of my fades. That would be great. Certainly that would help out my results, personal results as well. So again, you're always going to get transparency out of me, even if things aren't going well. Listen, I'm always going to try and find the edges. Sometimes the edges aren't going to pay off. That's what this game is all about. And certainly when big ownership fades end up winning, it's going to be tough for it to be a profitable endeavor. But that's why we continue to do this. And that's why we continue to search for an edge. So come back tomorrow for my top 5 fades video, and we'll try and get all 5 of them right this week. And thanks for coming by my top 5 sleepers, as I will go a quick summary here. Matthew Wolff, Siwoo Kim, Gary Woodland, Adam Hadwin, and Denny McCarthy this week as the top 5. So thanks for joining the top 5 sleeper video for the American Express, and we will see you on the other side, everybody. Thanks for coming. Make sure you like and subscribe on your way out, and cheers.